Okay, so unfortunately, our systems of equations don't always match up perfectly. Now these are in the same columns, but I don't have an x or a y that just is eliminated, right? If I add these up, I'm still going to have an x and a y, and I need an equation with just one variable, otherwise I can't solve it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to manipulate one of these equations so that it can be what I want. And what I would really like is for there to be a -2 right there. Because if there's a -2 right here, then the y's will be eliminated, okay? But unfortunately, I can't just throw a -2 in there. But what I can do is I can multiply the whole equation by -2. So if I do that, if I distribute, I have -2 times 7x is -14x minus 2y, and don't forget this one, equals -4. So now when I add these up, I get -9x, here's the one that gets eliminated, equals 0, divide by -9, and I have x equals 0. And so now I plug this back in to one, and I'll do this one. So this is 7 times 0 plus y equals 2. So 0 plus y equals 2, so y equals 2. And x is 0. So that is my answer. Okay, so I had to manipulate one of the equations so that I could get one to fall out. So let's look at another one. All right, so for this one, I still need to get something to fall out. And I think what makes sense to me is if there is a -3b right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this whole thing through by -3b. And I'm going to rewrite the system here. So I'm rewriting this one. And now I'm going to rewrite it after I distribute this. So this is -3b minus 15c equals -33. Okay, so now I have -13c equals 13 divided by -13. C equals -1. So now I'm going to plug it back in. I'm going to take this. Again, it doesn't matter which one. 3b plus 2 times -1 equals 46. Now I'm solving for b. 3b minus 2 equals 46 plus 2. 3b equals 48 divided by 3. b is 16, right? Isn't that right? I think so. 16 times 3 is 48. All right, so my answer is 16, -1. If I made a mistake, let me know. Okay. So now I would like you to try, I guess that last one was a try this, but I want you to go ahead and try this one. So go ahead and try that right now. Okay, this one's kind of nice because I have two y's here, and I can just change the sign of one of these, all right? So if I multiply through this whole thing by a negative, or -1, okay, I'm going to rewrite it down here. I get a -2x plus y equals a +5. And look, here's the one that is eliminated. Oops. Okay, that's the one that's eliminated. So x equals 6, because this is going to be 0. So that was fast. Now I'm going to plug this into here, and I get 2 times 6 minus y equals -5. So 12 minus y equals -5. Subtract 12 from both sides. -y equals -17, so y equals 17. So my answer is 6, 17. I hope that's what you got. Okay, now this is the most complicated that they get. Sometimes we have a situation where nothing really seems to line up, okay? I don't have just y by itself where I can just multiply one equation and get what I need. In this situation, I actually need to multiply both equations by something, all right? I know that I need a negative number and the numbers need to be the same. So I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to multiply, I'm gonna do a crisscross kind of. I'm gonna multiply, I'll just do it, the top all the way through by 2 and the bottom all the way through by 3, and I'm gonna make that one negative, okay? So you can see I kind of flip-flopped. I did 3 down here, I did 2 down here. Now watch what's gonna happen. So negative 2, when I distribute all the way through, I get negative 6x plus 10y equals negative 30. And now when I multiply through here, I get 6x plus 12y equals negative 3. And now look what I have. Right? And I can multiply, I can do this, because whatever I do to one side of the equation, I can do to the other side. I could multiply both sides by 100 if I wanted, right? As long as I'm doing the same thing on one side that I'm doing on the other side, I'm in good shape. All right, so now hopefully you see that the x's are eliminated. This gives me 22y equals negative 33. Divide by 22. And this is actually going to give me negative 3/2. And when I plug this back in, I'm going to plug it into here, and I get 2x plus 4 times negative 3/2 equals negative 1. So 2x equals, 2x minus 6 equals negative 1. I add 6. 2x equals 5. Divide by 2, and I get x equals 5/2. So the answer to this problem is 5/2 and negative 3/2. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. I'm going to do another one, but I'm going to wait and I'm going to do it in the next video.